Hello, it's Chris from my Stamp Lady, and I'm here with the Prized Peony Bundle. So this is from the new annual catalog. It's just gone live this month, and it includes this gorgeous stamp set and then the coordinating dies. I will also be using the ornate layers dies. I'm going to use this particular die from this set. Here you can see the card that we'll be making today. I'm going to be showing you a few tips about getting some colored vellum and how to make that die shape a little bit smaller. All of the supplies that I've used are over on my blog, mystamplady.com, and all the sizes will be there too in a printable form so that you can print them out. So this is a half a sheet of 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4 and folded. This is going to be my card base, and it's the gray granite, and I've folded that in half. In the Peony suite, there's also the Dainty Diamond 3D folder. So I've run through a die cutting machine this 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of gray granite and emboss that. I'm going to use, this is the brand new Stampin' Seal, and it replaces our old Stampin' Snail. So far I have been very happy with it. I'm anxious to keep trying it. One thing I have found when you're using it, you want to keep this as perpendicular to your paper, and then when you're done, you want to kind of roll it up like that, and that will keep the adhesive here at the end ready to go for your next roll. And then I'm going to just place that right on that card front, and this is going to be ready for when we have the rest of it done. Okay, so I have my Petal Pink and my Pear Pizzazz ink. These are the colors I'm using to stamp up my flowers. So let's stamp this image from the Prized Peony set. I need 2 of those. So I'm going to stamp 2 of those. And then I will need 5 leaves. So with the Pear Pizzazz, I am stamping 2 of the larger leaf, and then I will need 3 of the smaller ones. And I have overstamped that a little bit, but it's not a big deal because we will be using the dies to cut those out. So I will just line up. There's one of this one. We go, and I can place this larger flower on there, and let's take the die that cuts out the bloom. Okay, so I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine until I have all of my pieces cut out. So I will run this through my die cut machine. When I'm done, this is what they'll look like, and I can set these aside until I need them. From Petal Pink, I've used this particular die to cut out my shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it. I want it a little bit smaller, so I'm going to go down to about there. I'm lining it up, and because it's already been cut out once, I can just, it'll kind of grab where it is. It'll kind of grab where it's been cut. Okay, let's place this down, and you can see that I have it lined up. I'm only going to run the machine up to here and then back it out so that I can just cut off this little portion here. Okay, so once I've done that, you end up with this piece here. Let me get some of those little pieces out there. And now it's a little bit smaller than I started with. But you can see how nicely that still cuts just because I ran it up to the one point. So this suite also includes the vellum square doilies, and I am going to use the Petal Pink. So I'm using the sponge dauber, and I'm adding color to the vellum doily. Okay, vellum is a non-porous surface, so you will need to set this aside and let it dry a little longer than a piece of paper. So I have already done one ahead of time. I'm going to set that one aside. You can see I've already done one ahead of time. And then I took and just cut it in half because I only need half of that doily. Just placing these for a moment here just because I want to stamp that sentiment. And I'm using the gray granite ink and the sentiment from the Prized Peony stamp set. And so we'll stamp that. I'm going to place that about there. Okay. Now I can just start assembling all of my pieces. So I'm going to have this popped out on the left side here. So I'll take my Stampin' Seal and just roll a bit down there, and let's line it up just so it is popping out my left side. And then I can take my Stampin' Seal and continue to put down adhesive across my the back side here. Place that on the center of my card front. I've added adhesive to the back side of both of them, and we're going to just position those. There we go. And with mini glue dots, let's add in those leaves. The mini glue dot can just be picked up with my leaf and then tucked right underneath that flower here on the card front. I will go ahead and finish up all of my leaves across the front. Also part of the suite are the elegant faceted gems. So we'll just place these down around the sentiment and the flowers. I'm going to use 2 of the larger ones and 3 of the smaller ones, just to draw my eye around that card front. Then I can go ahead and finish up my card just as I would like. So if you have any questions about this bundle, please be sure to contact me, Chris@mystamplady.com. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.